Hello, Magic Masses. I just got done watching um, Christmas Party, The Road to Kingdom Come 9, which I missed. Took place this past Sunday, November 24th. Um, Turned out to be a pretty good show. They actually began on a somber note as Shane Fair asked for a 10-bell salute for Kenny Infante, who used to do ring crew, and I believe he might have done security work for them in the past, and he had passed away some point before the show took place. They did a 10-bell salute. And then after the intro on IWTV, Shane Fair says we're about to have a contract signing between the mayor of Scumbag City, John Tella, and Bruno El Oso Blanco. Of course, these are former tag team champions. They were known as Death Row. They broke up months ago. They were going to have a contract signing where they would face each other one-on-one at Kingdom Come. But once the contracts were signed, it was under the condition that they cannot get physical with each other, or otherwise the match does not happen. Just think back to Stone Cold and Triple H back at No Way Out 2001. Tella, well, after both men come to the ring, Tella sits down. He signs it first. Bruno, he looks to be signing it, and then he stabs Tella in his hand with the pen, much like Undertaker did years earlier to Brock Lesnar. Nails him with a right hand, and then he gives him a spine buster through the table. And then Shane Fair, even though he's friends with Bruno away from wrestling, Shane says, "Bruno, get the hell out of here." Bruno leaves the ring, and he yells to Shane, "Read it! Read it!" And it turned out that Bruno signed the name Mike Hunt, or Hutt. So officially, Bruno did not sign the contract before he attacked Tella. So Bruno comes up to the apron. He places the contract against Shane Fair's forehead and signs it, his name on it. And now, making it official, John Tella versus Bruno El Oso Blanco at Kingdom Come Saturday, December 28th. And we'll definitely have more about that show as this video goes along. I'm sorry. Shane was about to get the first match ready because I think the commentation station, Front Row Mikey, Rob Williams, and John Williams, no relation, were doing a little intro to the matches. But all of a sudden, someone wearing a cat mask comes through the curtain. Shane Fair is distracted, and I noticed that Mateo Marcelos, I keep forgetting his last name, he covers Shane, puts something over Shane's head and drags him behind the curtain. And I don't know if Shane was trying to scream for help or something, but he seemed to be abducted. Steve Off, who was at the table, did not have a match for this show. He was with his son at the one of the tables, merch tables. I think he was yelling for Samira to come out, the backstage correspondent, and she ring announced the first matchup, which saw the notorious Mimi challenged Kelsey Regan for the women's championship. These two ladies, I'm sure the pressure was on. They had to start the show. They had some good mat work to start out. Mimi hit a DDT on the apron. I also hit a spine buster. Kelsey with oh my God, I can't read my own handwriting anymore, it seems. Okay, Kelsey came back with, I can't remember what. Sheesh, maybe I need glasses. But she hit a Death Valley Driver, a Tornado DDT. Mimi hit a Code Breaker, followed by a pump kick that Sheamus is known for. I forgot what move it was, but Kelsey hits Mimi with a move and pins her at 9 minutes, 37 seconds to retain the women's championship. At that point, Steve Off comes out through the curtain and says everything is under control, and he said when Shane Fair's ready, he'll be back out here. And Off says something to Samira. She goes back to the ring to ring announce the next matchup, which sees Azriel of Hispanos Unidos take on the finisher Steve Pena. while Az is in the ring, Pena's walking to the ring. He's attacked from behind by Chris Cage. And, of course, thanks to that, Az had the early advantage when the gong went off. Pena eventually got the advantage. Azrael had to put Pena in the tree of whoa, and also hit a backbreaker. Pena hit a spinning back fiste. Azrael with Azrael hit a Pele kick, and then Pena hit the ropes, hit a lariato, and Azrael did a 360 job, as the late Gorilla Monsoon would say. Pena hit two I think it was called Saito suplexes. Pena hit a pile driver. Pena, I think, tried for a superplex, but Azrael managed to break free and gave Pena a top rope neck breaker. Pena eventually hit a brain buster, followed by a fisherman buster, arrow, some sort of move. Azrael hit the one-winged angel that Kenny Omega's known for. Pena kicked out of that. Pena hit this powerbomb with a twist at 14 minutes, 29 seconds to pick up the victory. At that point, Pena had walked over to the commentation station. Steve Off and Shane, we see Steve Off with Shane Fair, and Shane doesn't have his tuxedo jacket on, and he's got his shirt's kind of like a little out of place. And Shane's got his microphone, and he sees someone in that cat mask wearing his jacket. Steve Off grabs he's like, the guy's with the mask is still sitting there. Off is like ready to punch him out. He takes the mask off. It's someone he hasn't seen before, and the guy's just sitting there laughing. And you also hear that recorded laugh that we've been hearing for some time at Pro Wrestling Magic. But Fair resumes his ring announcing duties without his jacket on. As I said, Steve Pena joined commentation station for this next matchup, which saw his student Alex Rivera challenge the Brooklyn Outlaw Donovan, who, of course, Chris Cage, I believe, stayed at, I don't know if he stayed at ringside or he came out with the Brooklyn Outlaw for the Dark Arts Championship matchup. And, Donovan kept saying things to Pena, and, Pena kept, I don't know, I didn't really pay much attention to the commentary. But in this matchup, Rivera hit a German suplex early in the bout. He hit a few body slams and a leg drop. Hit multiple German suplexes. Eventually, Donovan had hit a knee strike and a splash in the corner. Rivera eventually put that Pena sleeper on Donovan. Chris Cage comes up to the apron, but Pena leaves the commentary area, drags Cage off the apron, puts Cage in a sleeper hold. Eventually, Donovan hits the Southside knockout, that running knee strike he's known for. Brooklyn Outlaw Donovan pins Alex Rivera at 9 minutes, 45 seconds to retain the Dark Arts Championship. Up next was a hardcore match, as we saw Bruno El Oso Blanco go one-on-one with the Timeless Crowbar. Now, Crowbar attacked before the gong. They had a crowd brawl. Bruno eventually body slams Crowbar through a table. Crowbar had a Vader bomb off the second rope. Bruno hit the Dino Bravo move. Also used Bruno used a chair on Crowbar. Crowbar used a metal pipe that he brought to the ring with him. He dived out to the floor. Well, he did a dive out of the ring while Bruno was laying on this guardrail that was bridged bridging the ring to 2 seats at ringside. Then Crowbar hit a top rope leg drop on Bruno. Pretty brutal through a table, and Crowbar got the victory at 16 minutes 2 seconds. After the match, Bruno attacks Crowbar with the pipe, hits a spine buster. Bruno takes a table, puts it on top of another table right by the stage, and Bruno chokeslams Crowbar off the stage through both tables that broke. Next matchup, we saw former ECW Tag Team Champion and WWE Cruiserweight Champion Nunzio, well, he's still Little Guido to me, and he challenged the Plexusist Troy Locke for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Some good mat work to start out. Nunzio was in control. Troy hit a... Damn it. Ugh. Troy with hit 2 lariats and a little light suplex, and then he hits a Falcon Arrow. Troy Locke defeats Nunzio at 5 minutes 6 seconds to retain the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Next matchup was set to be the American Gangster Isaiah Wolf to take on the freshly Trey Felipe. Felipe comes through the curtain with Hispanos Unidos members Azriel and Chris Cage, and Felipe turns around and tells him, no, go to the back. I want to do this on my own. The match was on. Trey hit a super kick on the floor. Wolf had a running knee strike in the ring. Trey hit a... some kind of a... Damn, I can't... Oh, Trey hit a twisting suplex, followed by a Death Alley Driver over his own knee. And he hit a second rope cutter, but Wolf kicked out of that. Wolf hit a reverse suplex into a cutter. And Wolf did like a muscle buster with a twist. And then you see Chris Cage had come back out. He's got Crowbar's pipe. He's telling Felipe, here, use it. And Felipe's telling him no. In the meantime, Azriel hits the ring. He hits Wolf in the balls. Felipe does what they call the show stealer, what I still call it the buff blockbuster after he got a running start on the ramp. Trey Felipe defeats Isaiah Wolf at 10 minutes, 29 seconds. After the bout, Shane Fair, he says to Felipe, I've given you I busted your chops these last few months. He said, you missed one show because you chose your family due to an emergency over being here. And, he basically gave Felipe praise and they shook hands. Okay, next up was a bit of a grudge match where the winner would get a spot into the Keys to the Kingdom match at Kingdom Come. As we saw the Allfather, Darius Carter, take on former general manager Smiley. They brawl to start out. Smiley hit this, looked like a sharpshooter or scorpion deathlock, but he had Carter's legs tied up. He has like an arm bar on him. I refer to it as the death bar. Smiley does a dive to the floor. He hits a cutter. Eventually, Darius, he body slams. He's there on the ramp. Darius body slams Smiley on the apron, or maybe part of the ramp too. Smiley later hit a frog splash off the top rope. Eventually, Carter got DQ'd for hitting Smiley in the balls at 10 minutes 2 seconds. As a result, Smiley was victorious. Smiley will be in the Keys to the Kingdom match, while Darius Carter will not be a part of Kingdom Come on December 28th. After the match, Darius attacked him. with somebody had a cane. Somebody in the crowd had a cane, and he also hit Darius attacked Ring Boy Lawrence with the cane. He used a chair, and then Darius eventually goes out that door, not the front door, and as Smiley's being helped up, and we see the commentators on camera. All of a sudden, Darius came back through the curtain, gives Smiley a pile driver on the ramp, and Darius says to Shane Fair, "That's what a man what's what a man does." And Darius says, "A man who'll be," and Darius says, not Darius, sorry, Shane says on the microphone, "A man that'll be sitting at home in December for Kingdom Come." And then it was time for the main event, which they said was non-sanctioned, as Messiah of Old School Sean Donovan battled current heavyweight champ, the Revolver, Alex Ryman, in a non-sanctioned match. And they, to really make it seem that way, all Pro Wrestling Magic logos were taken down. The aprons were taken off. Looked like duct tape or electrical tape was covered up the logos on the turnbuckles, the logos on everybody's, on those helping out, the security / ring crew, on their shirts. They get underway, and Ryman, they have a crowd brawl. Ryman uses a chair. Donovan started bleeding. Donovan was choking Ryman with this chain he brought to the ring with him. Donovan hit a low blow, a DDT. He used brass knucks, and Ryman began bleeding. Donovan brought thumbtacks into play, spread him on the mat, and he's standing on the second rope, punching away at Ryman, but Ryman powerbombed Donovan on those tacks. Eventually, Brandon Downey, he's got I think it was a championship belt in his hands, and Ryman was wondering who's Downey going to hit, because Downey was trained by Sean Donovan. I mean, was he going to hit Downey? And then Lugosi's up on the ramp, and Downey points out Lugosi. Sean spears Alex onto a board with barbed wire on that was sitting in the corner, and then he's down on the mat, and Donovan's using a chair on Ryman. And that's the point. Lugosi enters the ring. He gets on top of Ryman. Sean Donovan's hitting Lugosi with the chair. And then ref Nick Shin calls for the match to stop at 17 minutes, 42 seconds. Ryman unable to continue. And Brandon Downey is telling Donovan to stop. And I forgot if Donovan pushed Downey or what he did to him. And then from there, eventually Donovan goes out the front door, and he leaves. And Ryman, Downey, and Lugosi, they leave the ring, and they're at the standing by the curtain. Out from the curtain comes a lady who I remember was at Doomsday last month. She takes the championship belt out of Lugosi's hands it to Ryman, and then the show had faded to black, as they say. Okay? Well, wish I could have been there, but due to the fact that I don't do Sunday shows during football season, on top of that, I was so burned out from NYWC the night before, and I came home between 1 and 2 a.m. Unfortunately, I will not be at Pro Wrestling Magic's next show, which is Kingdom Come 9, entitled Threat Level Midnight, on Saturday, December 28th, with a 2 p.m. bell time. Matches, I will not be there, but the match is already announced. John Tella one-on-one with Bruno El Oso Blanco. The Brooklyn Outlaw Donovan will be defending the Dark Arts Championship against the finisher, Steve Pena. Hold that thought, folks. Okay, as I said, Brooklyn Outlaw Donovan against Steve Pena for the Dark Arts Championship. Also, Kelsey Regan defends the Women's Championship against the First Class Badass, Rebecca J. Scott, in a 30-minute Iron Woman match. The Freshly Trey Felipe takes on the Plexorcist Troy Locke to determine the undisputed Junior Heavyweight Champion. Wrecking Ball Nagurski and Kerr, Meat Locker, will defend their Tag Team Championship, and they're going to unify the that with the Junior Tag Team Championship, as they're going to be facing three. I don't know if they're facing three teams or one team, because I don't know what the out, because Monday Morning Magic has not aired where Project Mayhem were defending the junior heavyweight belts, the junior tag team belts. Okay, Fast Pass versus Fast Pass as Indestructible Steve Off faces Power Punch Vinny Pacifico. The keys to the Queendom match. It's going to be Vicious Vicky versus Journey Burke versus Tiffany Avatar versus Kaya McKenna. I apologize if I got her first name wrong. In the Keys to the Kingdom match, it will be Tiberius Asante versus Smiley versus the good guy Azrael versus the American gangster Isaiah Wolf. And in the main event, the challenge was made, the challenge was accepted. It will be the Messiah of Old School, Sean Donovan, once again facing the Revolver, Alex Ryman, in a last man standing match, which will be for the Pro Wrestling Magic Heavyweight Championship. Now, although I will not be at this event, I'm wondering, what will the show title theme be for Pro Wrestling Magic in 2025? Because it looks like if all goes well, I will be coming to January, because I know in 2025 they will be having shows on the third Saturdays of the month. So hopefully, I know one. So it looks like at this Pro Wrestling Magic, I'll just say it right now. I don't know when, but I will be back in 2025 to experience the magic live. And hope you enjoyed this one, folks.